oh, I need an equation for a triangle or something, and you just say the wrong one, I'm going to say no. Well, that's a bad example. But
what the what?
No.
What did you say?
No, I was trying to come up with a quick analogy.
Jamie's spilling spaghetti all over his pants right now.
Yeah.
Falls asleep spaghetti in his pants.
You were just... I know you do because it wasn't working. Lore Boys here. I'm coming back at you with an Overwatch episode talking about our favorite character, or my favorite character, Brigitte, the newest character in Overwatch.
Jamie, I believe it's Brigitte.
It is pronounced Brigitte. She is from... I almost said Swain. Just say Swedish. No.
What?
Yeah, not Spain. Not with a W.
The other one.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the Brigitte, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
My name is James Miller, and I am joined.
Peter O'Donoghue.
I'm Ethan Palmer.
That's us.
Great to be here. Thanks
Peter,
for having
new
me.
job O'Donoghue. Sorry, just figured I'd switch.
Well, new job, new title.
Well, whatever.
Big promotion Peter up in the house.
Not at all.
Peter's buying us all strawberry milkshakes after the podcast.
Yeah, we're going to go down the ice cream social after we talk about Overwatch.
The old chocolate shop.
Whoa, don't spoil that we're talking about Overwatch. Jamie didn't reveal it yet.
I did
Yeah,
say
he
that
did.
already. Yeah.
I'm not
When you're
paying
editing
attention.
this, you're going to feel real stupid that you said that.
So this episode...
Factuous. I believe.
Vacuous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Brigitte the vacuous spider. Legs.
Yeah, so we're talking this episode about Overwatch, of course. We want to talk about the lives of Torbjorn and Reindhart leading up to Brigitte, because Brigitte is the youngest one, Torbjorn's daughter, as we'll get to know.
Oh!
Yep.
I thought it was Reinhardt's daughter.
Nope, goddaughter. And we'll get into
Goddaughter,
why.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Reinhardt's German, right?
Reinhart is German.
I'm getting ahead of it.
Reinhart, no, that's fine. Reinhardt's German.
So Germany is a country on Earth.
What?
And then
I don't follow. Could you start over?
Earth.
Do you guys smell toast?
Yeah, so Reindhart and Torbjorn. Reinhart being German, like you said, Torbjorn being Swedish, which would make Brigitte Swedish. Once we get to her. She's a new character. I'll talk a little bit about what she is, because this is what we're going to be talking about today. She looks like a paladin. She has a mace and a shield, and she swings her mace around, heals people by doing damage. She can block people with the shield. She hits people with the shield. They're stunned. She can throw armor at her friends. She can also... What is the other thing she does? She has a really long poke, so she can knock people off the map.
Yeah,
really far away.
a chain, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'll
Really
admit,
cool.
I watched a gameplay video.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll admit, like, I watched or saw what she looked like.
Yeah.
I remember commenting in the Lore Boys chat, whatever the fuck it's titled now. And I was like, yeah, another person in Robot Knight armor,
Yeah.
pretty weak. Because
Yeah.
the first characters they introduced, like, Ana was awesome because she's like a really cool kind of like duster wearing sniper lady. Then you had like the robot centaur, Doomfist, then
Wait.
Moira. Well, I'm not
Yeah.
not in that order.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't play the game because I
But
can't
wait.
really remember.
Wait,
and then
What
you just
robot centaur?
You're talking about Orisa.
get Orisa.
Orisa,
Oh.
It's
Okay.
gonna be
No,
confusing
yeah, I
for
get it, I
anyone
get
who doesn't play Overwatch. These are just a bunch of their characters.
Yeah.
You probably have seen them at some point
She's
if
like
you watch video games.
she got 4 legs and 2 arms. She's a centaur.
I never made the connection.
Really?
Well,
And
centaur
then-
is very much a horse and a person, right?
Yeah. Well, she's
Not
a robot.
just 4 legs
I
and a
feel like
person.
we're really muddying the waters though. This is like a really clear story. And what is your point to that?
Oh, I just think
Yeah.
she looks fucking boring.
Oh.
And I'm surprised that this is like the person that they released at this point, where it's just
Yeah.
like, how would you guys like another person
Yeah.
in armor? It's like
fair.
it's kind of like when they added more characters to Halo, they were just like people behind emotionless visors.
Yeah.
So on a pure aesthetic level, I get that.
Bland.
I get that. But in terms of playstyle,
Yeah.
she's completely unique. She's a melee fighter that also heals, that also has a shield, that has a stun, that has a poke. Like nobody else plays like. And she supports Reinhart really well, which is awesome. He's the big German dude with the shield. And she's really cool.
And if you need to know what Reinhardt looks like, he's a big German dude with...
Yeah.
He is a big robot-looking
Yeah.
guy built around a jet engine.
He's got such big hands.
Yeah, he's got a suit of armor with a turbine on the back.
rocket.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He's awesome. And he's going to be a big part of the story today.
Wait, what?
Yep. So what do we remember about Overwatch?
Omnic Crisis.
Omnic Crisis.
Yeah.
Robots.
We made factories that made robots.
Yep.
That
And we gave them AI so they could produce robots better.
yes.
Yes.
And the AIs, what do AI do?
When they get feeling, they go crazy.
They go crazy.
They went
And
crazy.
there's one surviving Omnic facility. Do you remember which one?
It's
It's in
Volskaya?
Russia.
It's in Russia,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Volskaya Industries, yeah.
Yeah, because the Russians that use their sneaky ways to somehow convince, open air quotes, them to stop murdering everybody so hard, right?
No, they shut it down well enough. They just didn't beat it. They kind of like stalemated.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. They just threw enough
Yeah.
communist
They built,
conscripts
like-
at the problem for the
They built,
corpse
like-
wall to be built high enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they built like Gundams.
Yeah.
They built like super Gundams to like take them on themselves.
Yeah. So for someone who didn't listen to our previous Overwatch episode,
What? People didn't listen to our previous episode?
Yeah.
That's
Jamie,
great.
how?
That's great.
Shut this off now. You're not welcome.
Yeah. I love all of you. I'll do a quick run through of the Omni Crisis and how it leads into this. So the Omnica Corporation create mass amounts of robots with the goal of creating economic equality worldwide. So they're communist robots. And the robots became self-aware.
The
after
most trustworthy things.
Yeah. After humans tried to shut them down, they became aware. And that led to the Omnic Crisis, which you spoke of. All these robots became self-aware, wanted to end humanity. The factories used to build robots, or omnimiums, began to churn out as many robots as they could to end humanity as they know it. The majority of these robots were Bastion units, self-healing walking turrets.
Mhm.
And that is in the game. It's a character. Bastion is the last surviving Omnic. Yeah. Yeah. And then with the help of Overwatch, the Omnics were eventually.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's where we're at now. This is
Mostly shut down.
mostly shut.
Because there's still a factory in Russia. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. But like for all purposes.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Yeah. So the first member of Overwatch.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. You said it right the
I
first
said it right
time.
the first time.
Yeah.
So ingrained in you.
Scuttle my own joke.
Yeah. The first member of the Overwatch team that I want to talk about is Torbjorn. He's
I
a
really thought you were
swivel
going to say
chair.
Moira.
Yeah, he's a swivel chair from IKEA. And
Oh, is he really?
that's an actual IKEA model.
That's
a
what I was
swivel chair.
wondering,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, if you look up at Torbjorn, I googled Torbjorn for Overwatch, but a swivel chair from
Do you think
IKEA.
his
Did you spend like 20 minutes on the IKEA website just like
I pulled
Pretty
up a
sure.
photo.
pretty sure I'm on the wrong wiki.
You know, like,
Yeah, so 24 parts, extra screws.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, what
included.
am I supposed to do? Like put this
Yeah.
part of the lore and that part of the lore?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
why is this guy frowning with a big line through him? What is happening? Like,
Dude, IKEA lore next week.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully we'll have that new couch by then. So Torbjorn's last name
Yeah,
is
really.
Lindholm.
I knew
That's going to be Brigitte's last name?
Lindholm.
Wait, are they related?
Yes.
What?
Brigitte is Torbjorn's youngest daughter, but she doesn't exist. She is still
Careful.
She's barely an idea.
She's a semen and an egg at this
Yep.
point.
Yeah.
Star-crossed lovers.
If if that even.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know Torbjorn, he's basically a dwarf engineer. And if you think of a dwarf engineer, you pretty much already know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like one of the greatest engineers too. He built a lot of things before the Omni Crisis.
One
a
of
lot
the
these
smartest
robots.
engineers.
Look
One
at
of the
this bridge.
shortest dwarves.
Yeah.
Just so good at everything.
Look at this bridge.
Yeah.
I put a gun on it. Wow.
Yeah.
I cut my hand off and replaced it with a lava claw.
Yeah. That is
He
true.
still has both his arms.
What?
Yeah, he still has both.
I
his
thought you
arms.
meant currently, and it was actually his claw. He's not an amputee.
No.
His
He
claw's
was
not
born
a
with that.
glove.
Yeah.
He was born with the lava claw.
Yeah, well, his mom was a lava monster.
Yeah.
And his dad was a Swedish man.
Yeah.
Yeah, in at this moment in the lore, he still has both his arms. This is before the Omni Crisis,
Bruh.
and before Brigitte is alive.
We're getting so deep into Overwatch at this point that fucking Torbjorn has arms.
Yeah.
What?
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
So,
Did you know that the multiplayer shooter went so deep that their characters had two arms
Yeah.
at some point?
That's wild.
It's crazy. There's a lot of characters in Overwatch that are missing an arm. There's Junkrat, or there's a leg.
Well, there's High Noon Magroon.
That's McCree. That's the
He
basically
has
the
all
cowboy.
his stuff.
Symmetra's missing both her arms, isn't she?
So, that's possible. Yeah, that's the.
That would be symmetrical.
It would be. Wait, it's just like she's like in a wreck, and then she talks to Dutch. She's like, take the other one.
Take the other one.
But do it. Drinks a bottle of whiskey, smashes it on the ground.
Doctor walks in. This surgery is gonna cost you an arm.
Yeah.
Take it, doctor. Wait, no, I was only joking. Take it.
Yeah. So
Looks
he
at herself
built
in the mirror, punches it with a stump. She hits her reflection.
She has a teleporter. I just picture her putting both her arms in the teleporter
And then shutting it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
She like intentionally does that.
Yeah. She's got her shield generator there so she doesn't die.
Well, she sets up. She has like turrets, right?
Yeah.
So she puts all the turrets up.
On the other side of the teleporter.
Down,
Yeah.
puts the teleporter down, puts the arms in, and just waits for it to melt. Yeah, exactly. So Torbjorn, he built something called the Titan, which is a bipedal robot. I showed you earlier. It looks like a giant humanoid type of robot. It's not humanoid in nature, but it's shaped to resemble a human.
Okay.
It's a mech for
it's a
BattleTech.
It is.
It's
yeah.
like it's a big mech. Yeah.
Is it a robot?
Are
or
we
is it-
doing BattleTech lore again?
No,
Yeah.
no. It's just a big robot, and its purposes were not to fight. Its purposes were to build high-rise buildings, and that's why Torbjorn built it.
That picture you showed me had a hell of a lot of guns on it.
So that was
That
during
just seems so inefficient. Let's build a mobile big building to build big building.
Yeah, wouldn't you have to build
Yeah.
multiple, and wouldn't they take longer?
Yeah, you know what humanity's already pretty good at? Building big buildings.
Yeah.
You know what humanity's already pretty good at as well? Delaying construction.
Well, that's
That's
true.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. It took a pilot. I believe his name was Sven. I didn't go too far into that.
Jamie,
But-
that's racist. Not everybody from Sweden is named Sven. Some of them are named Soren.
I looked it up.
Yeah, exactly. Torbjorn.
Some of them-
Torbjorn?
No, that's chairs. That means chair.
Fuck. I know Resbo is something at IKEA as well. Is that a character from Overwatch?
Yes, it's Torbjorn's son.
Resbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or who was actually taken to Mercy because she does a lot of rezzing. So,
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
yeah.
Mm.
So the Titan, like you guys saw in the picture, had a lot of guns. During the Omnic Crisis,
I'm just gonna shoot this building up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just shooting out Lego bricks like
Lego is, I think,
Danish.
whatever.
Okay. Lego lore coming at you. It changed into a massive war machine during the Omni Crisis that wiped out almost the entire city of Baklovo. Torbjorn was able to deactivate it in the final moments, but saw an entire city pretty much leveled from one of his creations,
Yeah.
and had a moment a lot like
So
the
he
creators
just-
of the atom bomb would have had during the Cold War.
Oh, I am become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He
Oppenheimer.
actually gave him one of those lines in one of the comics. He said "Destroyer of Worlds," but
Yeah.
pretty much. The same.
I am the world destroyer.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that. I know that.
Death I am, the
line
world
is
destroyer.
from the Bhagavad Gita, but who says that?
Robert J.
Oh.
Oppenheimer.
There we go. Thank
Yeah, I've watched that video before.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
heavy.
Yeah, his delivery point.
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Old timey scientists, man. That's some cool shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Torbjorn is an old timey scientist as well.
Cold
and he
War
felt-
lore boys.
Yeah.
Cold
Yeah.
War boys.
He felt really awful about his inventions throughout the world. And it's important to note that he never believed that robot entities had equal rights. He thought of them just being as embodied forms of.
Well, he built them, right? So it's like,
Yeah. Like
I
God
guess-
doesn't think his.
yeah, I mean,
No, I don't know. Yeah,
Except the Jews, they're chosen,
that's true.
from what I understand.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the Bible doesn't say what Jamie just said.
No,
I think he was doing what we call in the comedy biz, riffing.
Oh,
Oh,
missed it.
oh.
Sorry.
Well, excuse me. I didn't know it was open riff night.
Yeah, so Torbjorn fought back against his creations to help save humanity because he was part of the reason they were destroying humanity, right?
Right? Eating his children.
He made a lot of yeah. One of the missions he
Father,
took.
I love you. Shut up.
Yeah.
You're just logic.
We haven't done a classical art one in a while, but I was just thinking. Here's where the thumbnail might. Have you guys know that spooky painting, like Jupiter consuming his children or whatever?
Nope.
I'll show it to you afterwards. I might just redo that.
Sounds
'Cause I
right up
redid-
my alley.
I
though.
redid the Last Supper for Alien. I haven't redone classical
You
art
could
in a
do
while.
the Michelangelo, the Sistine Chapel, Creation of Adam.
That seems like it'd take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And Torbjorn.
I was just thinking of
Torbjorn
Torbjorn
reaching
eating
out
a
to an
robot.
Yeah. Well, some
But it
of
would just be Torbjorn reaching out to.
don't get too eager, guys. We haven't even got to Brigitte yet, and she made some cool stuff too. So
Yeah,
you'll see. You'll
sure.
See. Yeah. Yeah. So Torbjorn was mad at the robots, so since he created them, he wanted to end them. It's partially his fault for a lot of this technology, so he had a specialty in a lot of weapons as well. So he developed a lot of the weapons that are being turned against you.
He somehow didn't have the foresight.
No, like kill switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, to just hazard a guess.
Like
That he's just like, yeah, I built this skyscraper-sized robot.
Yeah.
I gave it guns
He was worried about
and the
it.
ability to produce more guns.
He was worried about it the entire time, but and he brought this up. No one really took it seriously.
You really shouldn't, but okay.
Yeah. Well, it was his passion to build these things. He built them. He said everyone should be careful. And I think Omni, what's it called?
Omnic?
The Omnica Corporation was the problem.
I installed a gun on it, but the safety's right here, and I want you all to watch.
Yeah.
I'm turning it on.
Yeah.
Okay?
But the robot was watching too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, it reverse engineered it.
He's like, don't touch this. And then he's like,
Yeah.
one piece of duct tape. He's like, it's in place now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like pan in on the robot's face, just like numbers running in its eye, like
Like all the way down.
yeah, processing.
Yeah, like the Omnica Corporation, right? They gave them AI and they let the AI run free. So if there are safeties, they just off the safety.
That's it.
Yeah, this is the button that makes you do what we say. Don't touch that.
Don't touch it.
It's right in the middle of your chest, so don't touch that.
Hey.
I'm gonna go do just a mountain of cocaine.
It's right in the middle of their chest. Could you imagine the first robot that hit it, like picked up a box and held it against his chest, just like, boop. Oh my god.
Drops the box, just leaves.
Oh god.
Just drops the box, lights a smoke, and just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a mouse because he's a robot, so it just like crumples up against his
Yeah. I'm going on a smoke break. And then like the manager's like another robot, like turns, like shuttered eyes, like narrow, like zzz.
KT 101 doesn't smoke.
Yeah. So not related to the mountain of cocaine you just spoke about, but Torbjorn set off on Operation White Dome.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
No, man.
I was waiting. I was like, I hope they finish soon so I can use that segue.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't believe the universe sometimes like sets this podcast up to succeed.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
can't believe that.
Yeah.
Got alley-ooped.
Literally the next line item too.
No,
I didn't mean to do
geez.
that. Sorry.
That was good enough where it's just like you run at and you like just like fucking go and you slam dunk a joke just like straight.
Yeah, that's it. The joke ever so good, you guys start grinding your teeth.
So a strike team under the command of Captain Anna Amari, which is a sniper healer.
That's Farrah's mommy.
Yep. She's and other Overwatch
One of the
members.
founding members of Overwatch.
Yes, she was.
Anna.
She
Along with
was.
Soldier 76,
She's
Reaper,
Reaper,
and
Reinhard, I believe.
Not officially Soldier 76 and Reaper. It was their two counterparts whose names I don't remember. But then after Overwatch crumpled, they both came back, assuming their alter ego identities.
Go back and listen to that episode.
Yeah.
Jack Morrison. Jack Morrison is the name of Soldier 76.
He's the leader of Overwatch.
And go Diego.
He's the leader
go.
of Overwatch. I'm not certain he's the Soldier 76. Oh yeah, because
He is.
when Overwatch crumbles, Jack Morrison goes missing,
Yeah.
and then Soldier 76.
Because a bomb goes off in Sweden.
Yeah.
Where
the Swiss Guard.
Oh, no,
no, it was in
the
Geneva.
Switzerland. Yeah,
Swiss
Switzerland.
Guard came forth.
Yeah. Anyways, if you didn't get that ramble, go ahead. All about it. So Torbjorn is a part of this strike team along with Reindhart. They go off to a place called, I believe it was in Istanbul. I didn't write it down, but I think it was
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
It's Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Nice.
Nice.
What is that? What is
Nice.
that?
What's his name? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on this right now. Anyway, it's a comedy singer from a long time.
It's like
before we were born.
50s, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was born in 1951 and it was already out at that point.
I gotta look it up.
Well, Weird Al
got an
Yankovic
itch.
has been around since the start of time, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't Weird Al.
He's pretty much a deity.
I think he appeared with the invention of writing so as to parody it, because that there must be balance in all things.
Okay.
So say
I got you.
who created Weird Al Yankovic?
So there's a bunch of robots that they have to take down in this.
Yeah.
So Captain Anna Amari, Reinhart, Torbjorn, they go after these.
Dank.
Things get hot. Things get heavy.
Some like it hot.
Yeah.
You got some sauce on your desk right now.
Hot sauce
Hot sauce.
from Mexico. And I was like trying to. It is from Mexico. I was like, how do I tie that back into where we were? There is no way.
Reaper's Mexican.
Okay.
I just love the way you said that.
Reaper's
Yeah.
Mexican.
Yeah, he's go.
I can't remember his name, but he is Mexican.
Okay. So Torbjorn ends up being overtaken by these robots and losing his arm and almost dying. Reinhart just barely saves Torbjorn. So Torbjorn was already great friends with Reinhart and now owed his life to
Better
him.
friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
So-
he didn't save the arm.
No. Well,
I mean,
honestly, in Torbjorn's case, like he could probably build a better arm than his body could.
His shitty claw can't even grab shit.
No, he operates a gun.
He doesn't have a pincer. He has like it pours lava into his gun. Doesn't
Oh yeah, maybe.
But he does have a pincer.
He has a pincer.
it? But does it have a hinge?
Well,
so.
it pinches as a pincer would.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's not just like a crescent.
He's always building things.
thought it was
It's not a wrench on the end
I
of
thought
his
it was
arm.
I thought it was a crescent.
Yeah.
It pinches though. Goes.
Okay.
Well, Overwatch physics are different, right? Because he can build a turret just by hitting it with a hammer. So
Well, that's Team Fortress 2 physics.
Yeah,
It's the exact
exactly.
same thing. Yeah.
Wait, are you saying Overwatch ripped off Team Fortress 2?
No.
What?
No, we said that enough in the other episodes. Not bringing that old thing
an
back.
FPS MOBA came out in the same week as Overwatch, and
Oh,
it was Battleborn.
But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we made fun of it during your Borderlands episode.
It went
like a year ago.
It went free to play not too long after it
Yeah.
came out,
Yeah.
and it was competing with Blizzard to make a shooter.
You really got
Yeah.
Battleborn is something that we tried to coin.
Yeah.
Probably forgot
I
about.
checked its wiki, and I believe in its first 2 sentences it says "overshadowed by Overwatch."
Yeah.
like on its thing.
Its wiki page is just a eulogy.
Yeah. I read like
Dust
I think
in
Randy
the
Pitchford
wind.
worked on it. Yeah.
Or it's like a person. It's like
Yeah.
Battleborn is like 2016 to 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You open the wiki page and Dust in the Wind starts to play. It's
Yeah.
just like-
Not a year later, like after it came out, Randy pitched a statement saying, "We're not going to update this game anymore."
Yeah.
Randy, please.
Yeah, exactly. But anyys, we're
I'm
talking
the
about
biggest battle
Overwatch,
boner.
not Battleborn, because
More
nobody
like
needs to
Battle
anymore.
Boner.
You know what I want? Negative downloads. We should talk about Battleborn.
So Randy Pitchford lost an arm because he made a really bad game, and so did Torbjorn. And Torbjorn now is in his hospital bed, right? And Reindhart stays with him, helping him get better. But the way that he helps him is he just like stays next to him and makes fun of him the whole time, like cracks wise and like,
Wouldn't
like,
you?
how are you gonna pick that up without your arm and stuff like that.
If you ever lose your arm, that is absolutely what I'm gonna do. Like, just saying, like I'll hang out with you in the hospital, but I'm gonna be fucking making fun of you the whole time.
I expect it. I have no intentions of anything grave being taken seriously because
Yeah.
that'll just depress me.
Yeah.
Like my dad makes fun of how dead my grandmother is
Yeah.
all the time, and I'm gonna do the same thing for him when he's fucked. And I expect you guys to do the same thing for me when I
Absolutely.
lose both my feet to gout because we drink during the fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is good because I have no intention of keeping both my arms.
Yeah. Just put them through a portal. Slice them off.
Yeah. So with all of Reinhardt's jokes, Torbjorn joked around back at him saying, Reinhardt, if you just like leave me alone for a while, you can name my daughter. And
Oh no.
yeah, and then but also he kind of really meant it on the inside because he had his life saved by one of his best friends. And
Reinhardt knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why he didn't call her Butts Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Or Pamela Henderson.
Hey, I'm Boner Girl. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Just
Reinhardt
call her
was
Torbjorn.
My name's Office Chair.
yeah, swivel chair.
Swivel chair.
Yeah. And Reinhardt actually was kind of like poking at it, like, oh, what are you going to name your daughter? Like, let me name her kind of thing. So Torbjorn wrote a letter home to his wife, Ingrid,
Okay.
letting her know that he was all right because he lost his arm, so it's worth writing home about. And
But it was his writing arm, so she couldn't read it really well
Yeah.
because it was like left-handed scrawl.
Oh, sorry, babe. It's also my foreplay arm.
Yeah.
So-
Ooh.
Guess no more foreplay. We'll just have to skip straight to sex so I
Yeah.
can go to sleep because I'm crippled now.
that's fun. Okay.
Men, am I right?
Yeah.
Those bastards.
Up high.
Blizzard released this. Blizzard released this letter, so we know it's not written, but that's funny. It is typed. I don't know how he typed it with one hand, slowly.
Well,
But yeah,
what,
you
what
can
the,
type
what
with
the
one
fuck
hand.
are you talking about? You don't know how. It was just tedious.
No, I have no idea how.
Like, how do you hit the enter key without a right hand?
No, dude, yeah, all his
I don't get it.
Yeah, but if he had to capitalize anything in the middle of the keyboard, he's like a little dwarf. He doesn't have big hands, so
That
he
is
couldn't really
true.
touch both.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have to caps lock and then press caps lock again.
Oh man, like
That's
when you're
what caps
learning to
lock is
type when
for.
you're 9.
Yeah.
Wait, who taught you to type, dude? That's the worst way to teach someone how to type.
No, it's like when I was in the computer lab in 5th grade, you know, you don't understand key combos, right? When I was just Googling Jurassic Park
People
shit.
should teach you this stuff. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog, man. Come on.
It's totally not, it wasn't a huge part of elementary school.
I learned
It
how
was
to. Yeah.
2000.
Wow.
It was 1999. What the fuck you want?
Ethan learned how to type before he knew how to write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned on 4chan though.
I learned how
they
to
were
eat.
very
I
helpful.
learned how to eat pussy from Math Munchers.
Yeah.
Man. That shit was fire.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
the greatest video
It
games.
was Math Blaster.
Yeah.
No.
The Storybook Weaver. I feel like we've talked about this on the
Yeah,
podcast
we
before.
have. I just felt myself starting to say a story. And
Grandpa Jim.
yeah. So Torbjorn's letter, I have an excerpt from it. This is from Torbjorn to his wife in reference to Reindhart. He has been bothering me insufferably at my bedside. Half in jest, I suggested if it would shut him up, I would allow him to name our dog, as he had been badgering me about it these past 3 He, of course, took me at my word. Truth be told, I'd been considering making him the godfather, and hope you'll forgive me for making the decision without your consultation. We can only hope she doesn't take after him too.
Aw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a dick thing to do to your wife. Just like, yo,
Yeah.
I made a stupid bet in the hospital bed, and now,
Yeah.
well, I guess your mom's name is off the table. Sorry.
Yeah. Ingrid is like portrayed in all the comic photos that I've seen as just like the classic don't say too much wife who just has like a freshly baked pie in the background.
Aw.
I think it's even stated that her apple pies are loved by Mercy.
That doesn't have to be a bad thing.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But like she doesn't have like she's not as independent let's say or
She's not.
Mercy.
She's not a character yet.
She's not a character. She's a supporting role to Torbjorn, and he is made a huge impact on the world, so she does play her own role.
Next patch, I'm calling it. They're adding Ingrid, who can slam pies onto Torbjorn turrets to make them do damage,
Oh, nice.
or possibly apple damage.
Honestly, if my girlfriend went to war against something that was literally threatening all of mankind, and she got saved by somebody, and that somebody stayed with them in the hospital for like months at a time, I'd be like, yeah, we can. Like that guy can name for
Yeah.
sure. And like if they said something stupid, you could always veto and
Yeah.
be like, nah.
Yeah.
Reinhart
That's like-
is a friend of the family, so there's like a lot of photos of him sitting with all of the daughters of Torbjorn, reading them stories, and he is.
Oh,
Just,
he's got a bunch of daughters.
yeah, he does. I believe it's unclear. I
You can
saw
tell
once-
who the favorite is. It's
I
someone
saw-
in the game.
Yeah, there's a reason for that though. She's the Brigitte is the only one who took the same career path as.
all the
Oh,
other ones are
okay.
housewives. God damn it. God
Or
damn it.
something that's not a soldier. I was
Yeah.
thinking like they work at an office.
So it's not actually clear if that is Torbjorn's daughters or his granddaughters that are portrayed in the photo. I saw 2 conflicting pieces of information, but it doesn't really matter how many daughters he has for the purpose of this because we just care about Brigitte, who is stated to be the youngest daughter.
Okay.
Okay.
And she's the only one who has an impact on the story.
Okay.
So Brigitte is born. He's the first.
Wait, whoa, hang on, dial it back. Hang on, what?
Yeah, Brigitte is born.
Okay, fine.
Not Bjorn.
I'll believe that.
The miracle of life
Yeah.
in a fictional world.
Yeah, that's it. So Brigitte is Torbjorn into this world,
Nice.
and
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Oh, jeepers.
Cut the rest of the podcast before that moment. That's where we start.
yeah, exactly. She's the first of the children to show an interest in mechanical engineering. So she became his apprentice.
Oh, Dad, your killer bots are so lame.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
right?
Oh, only Brigitte thinks they're cool because she's a baby.
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Okay.
She actually doesn't like the killer part. She takes a
Really?
different direction. Yeah. She follows with him and learns a lot from him because he's one of the best engineers in the world, and she has an aptitude for it. But rather than weaponry, she took a deep interest into defense systems and armor fabrication. So she's much more on the protect things. I don't really want to hurt. And that makes
It's
sense.
like some sort of support character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
okay.
makes sense considering she was born after the Omni Crisis. Whenever she's considered one of the Overwatch generation. These are the kids that were born while Overwatch was really popular and people looked up.
Okay.
So she likes Overwatch.
She's
Later on,
nostalgic about it.
yeah.
Okay.
Later on, Overwatch is popular.
Yeah.
But right now, they're awesome, and she
Yeah.
wants to be. And she has practiced making armor and mech suits, but she practices in a bit of an unorthodox way. She doesn't have any people to build it for, and she's so small at this that she builds a bunch of mech suits for the cats, and they're unwilling in the Torbjorn's home. So she's just like stuffing cats in.
Isn't
a mech
this how
suit.
most psychopaths start?
Yeah, exactly. And there's actually some. If you guys go online and search them up, there's some good photos of them. I don't have them here, but there's
Wow.
one of like a really fat cat that's kind of like in this like hovering mech suit, but it's like so slouched with this giant belly, and like it's
Aw.
funny. Yeah,
It's all good stuff.
there's this cute kitty picture.
I'll put my cat in a mech suit one day when I hope.
Screamer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So everyone expected her to follow the footsteps of her father because she had such an aptitude.
And then she did.
At this point,
Case
I do, yeah.
closed.
Yeah, exactly. But she would have most likely followed her father if it wasn't for such a huge male role model in her life, literally and figuratively, and such a close family friend.
It's like, Dad, I love you, but Reinhardt's tall.
Yeah,
Bigger, he's much bigger and buffer.
Reinhart Wilhelm, not Windhelm. Sorry.
More like Windhelm, am I right?
Yeah,
Hey.
Windhelm is that's a
Windhelm isn't
city.
Skyrim,
Yeah,
it's a city.
Skyrim City. So Reinhard had so many exciting stories. There's a cool picture of him like telling like a joke or like saying a story with his like big open arms like outstretched. Brigitte being like a little tiny girl, just like laughing and hanging on his every word, and like Torbjorn just like busted his gut laughing next to him, and like this, and then like in the back Ingrid with a pie, and it just shows like how close the family was together.
Always pie.
Yeah, exactly.
Always pie.
Exactly.
Are the Swedish famous for a pie? No,
Meatball pie.
probably not true.
But maybe.
sounds kind of good.
It sounds like a tortilla.
Yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
meat pie. Yeah.
that's from our Quebec perspective. Yeah, Torbjorn. Why did I say Torbjorn instead of Tortilla?
You want to have a Torbjorn for Christmas?
Yeah, that's
With ketchup all
With
over it.
ketchup.
That's a
Smothered in
Swedish
ketchup.
meat pie. Is a Torbjorn
Yeah.
instead
Yeah,
of tortilla.
instead of tortilla.
Just like pie crust, or like pie crust on a chair.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so Reinhart has all these amazing stories. Makes Overwatch seem like the coolest thing in the world. So she just Reinhart.
But I mean, Torbjorn's a part of Overwatch.
Yeah, and she respects her dad, but respects her dad
Not
more.
that much, really. Come on,
Yeah.
he's not that cool.
Yeah, he's
So
not,
she does follow in his footsteps, but she like outright tells him like, "But I'm doing this for Reinhard, Dad."
I think Torbjorn, I'm not 100% sure on this, but he's more on the back end building side of things, less on the fighting.
Yeah.
And Reinhardt being a giant German with a hammer and a shield, he's very much the front man of Overwatch. And his face, like, if you saw Reinhardt in the golden era of Overwatch, he was like the poster boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of,
him and Tracer, right?
Yeah.
He
Tracer,
was
Tracer came a bit later.
he's the singer. Torbjorn's the drummer.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
At least not the bassist.
I think Tracer.
Nobody
Tracer
fucks the bass.
really got popular. Don't ask me too many questions about this because I only glossed over it. But Winston finds a way to make this time thing that stabilizes Tracer within the present because she's so messed up with time. And then I think that's like halfway through the Overwatch story where Tracer becomes really.
Oh yeah.
But don't quote me on that.
She seems way too young to
Well,
have
you're
been
quoted.
working with
Yeah.
Reinhardt at any point.
Reinhardt today would
Like
be
old as
61.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
today
yeah.
he'd be 61. So speaking of how old he is, he actually got forced into retirement by Overwatch. Loved Overwatch. He served his whole life trying to be serve this purpose,
But
right?
killing robots is all I know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But killing robots is all I know.
Exactly.
That's
And-
Russian, but
Yep.
you get the gist.
Not bad.
Russian and German,
But
about the same
killing
thing.
robots.
Um,
You
Just
say
about.
killing robots all day.
yeah.
Reinhardt.
So yeah, Reinhardt was forced into retirement, much to his. He's not ready to stop fighting, and he was the face. So he was like I said. So what is he gonna do? He says, "I'm gonna go to Europe. I'm just gonna Don Quixote, find my way around and find adventures and earn honor that way."
Just go tilt against windmills.
Yep, exactly. I was trying to picture what would happen if he would fight a windmill, like his hammer gets like caught on one, it's going up and
Going
around.
all the way around. Yeah.
I kind of imagine a cartoonier thing where he like rockets towards it,
Yeah.
and blasts through the front door, straight out the back, and the whole thing just like
Yeah.
just like falls straight down one foot, and
Yeah.
the blades get stuck in the dirt.
Yeah.
I was playing as Reinhardt today before you guys got here to get all warmed up for the cast, and I went after a Hanzo, and yet Reinhardt has this move where you go into a charge, but you're kind of locked into this charge. You can't really stop it
Did you
until
tackle
you
him?
hit something. I thought I was going to tackle him because I had him, like, he was between a wall and me, but Hanzo is the guy with the bow, like the ninja type guy. He can run up walls. So he ran up the wall, I hit the wall, and he just shot down at me, and I died. And I was like, that was really cool. I want to do that. Yeah. Reinhardt's really fun. He's really strong right now because everyone wants to play Brigitte, and he is supported by Brigitte. So
You know what's really funny? We used to talk about how none of us had over
yeah,
for a long time.
two of us, you know.
And now, but you're balls deep in it though.
I'm level 130. It takes about an hour like
That's
probably
pretty good.
130, 150 hours.
Well, just think about like how long you've had it. That's half as much as I have in Warframe, and I've been playing October.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I've been playing a lot. A lot of people on this stream like to play the Diamond, a couple others.
Yeah.
A lot of
Thank you, everybody. By the way.
Yeah.
Also, quick announcement: there's emotes for subs. It's Ethan's face.
Yep. Ethan's face.
That
Check
I
it out.
drew.
Ethan's drooling face.
Twitch.com/. So Brigitte.
Twitch.tv, but okay.
Twitch.com/
TV.
Twitch.Brigitte.
HTTPS.
/
Yeah.
Polar Boys Podcast.
with 2 L's.
Colon
and-
//
Yeah.
/ www.kratzcreatures.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Meat spin lemon party. Two girls, one cup.
Org.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Org.
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 But
Uh,
Overwatch.org.
Yeah, Overwatch. Is it .org? No, probably not.
I seriously doubt
It is an organization.
It's probably battle.net.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's planning to go to Europe. Reinhard did. He wants to go in his old age. He's probably around like late 50s, early 60s at this time. I'm not sure the exact time frame.
Objectively worthless. We can all agree. Right?
I think that's what we said.
Forced into retirement. Yeah. So Brigitte heard he was leaving, and she made a really hard decision. She went up to him and said, "Hey, can I come with you? I'll leave my life behind as an engineer, and I'll become your squire." And
That
yeah,
makes more sense.
yeah. So she goes off to Europe with Reinhardt, says bye to Daddy, and yeah, and
If you're Torbjorn, you got to be like to your friend, like, what the fuck are you doing with my daughter, dude?
Yeah.
Like taking
There's
her
some
on a
Lolita
tour
shit,
of Europe.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, what are you calling your squire?
Yeah.
Dude, it's 2035. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I need to take your 18-year-old daughter to Europe.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like some Roman Polanski shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get naked. Just gonna
Or like
fix my suit.
Reinhardt is like Woody Allen.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Her main responsibility was tending to Reinhardt's Crusader armor after
Uh-huh.
battles.
Is that what he calls it?
Yeah, baby, he did.
Yep. Yep. You see the size of those gloves? Yeah. So Reinhardt's Crusader armor was actually built by Tor, so
Okay.
she was familiar with the schematics. If something went
And
wrong.
you need someone to oil it.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Grease up those joints.
Yeah.
yeah. Make sure that thing dries out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Get WD. Which is still, but it's like still there.
I didn't think you guys were going to take it this direction, but my next line is funnier now. As time passed, she found herself tending to Reinhardt more and more.
Oh,
She
sure
jeez.
did.
Yeah.
And she wasn't only taking care of the suit after, because
Yeah.
as an old man, he had some other needs. He was still fighting with the mindset of a young man. He was still over-enthusiastic. He still had...
Fucking Polanski quest.
Are we
Oh,
going
yeah.
there? Like,
No.
we're goofing. That's ridiculous.
And he was approaching his 60s, right? So,
Yeah. He's well past the barrier for creepy.
yep. His body is starting to break down. So she was actually helping him with his...
Oh, okay. She's great.
I just thought I'd lean way into where you were going.
Bring it up.
It's
Yeah.
good, dude. You got me. I was
You got me too. I thought they were gonna put in, because obviously like they work very much towards like putting in like all people from all walks of life in Overwatch, which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like I was thinking maybe they'd have some sort of kind of weirdo
Weird
thing.
godfather goddaughter relationship
Yeah,
thing
I
going
don't know,
on.
man.
Okay,
That-
maybe it's not weird. I don't know.
That's the next step.
We're not kink shaming here.
No,
That's your
I mean
thing.
like Vanity Fair interviewed a
Yeah.
pedophile. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, Blizzard puts this into their game. I'm
Ah,
like,
yeah.
well,
As someone who loves the new support character and has a VR headset, I'm not going to say there's not footage out there, but
there is footage out there.
Rule 34. Overwatch is actually working really hard to get Overwatch porn off the internet.
Idiots.
It's not working.
No.
Idiots.
No.
No.
never
So I do want to go on a quick little
go
aside here about the Overwatch team.
Let me just crack a beer.
They have an astounding ignorance about the internet, where they're just like, we just want to stop people from being mean on the
Yeah.
internet, and we don't want porn out there
That's
at
like-
all. And I'm just like, you guys have you're either stupid, or you have so much money you don't care
No.
that you are just burning it.
Dude,
It's got to be PR though. Like
You-
they're just doing this because they're like the parents said, "Oh, my 13-year-old son was looking up Diva riding Lucio, and now
And he found a
Yeah,
found
so-
a thing where she's watching him butt fuck her robot.
yeah." So
Yeah.
now we're just saying they're just saying, "Hey, like, well, we're aware of that, man. That's fucked up. We want to get that down. We want to get that out of there." But they know they have no power.
Jeff Kaplan just
But-
Jeff Kaplan just sitting there on like a money throne.
Yeah.
Just like rubbing one else.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Blizzard, dude, because I won't stop.
Okay, never mind.
As somebody who works in the games industry,
Yeah.
Trust me when I say like a lot of this is like
Beer crack.
game companies have a dev, like they have the devs, and then there's the business department.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Blizzard does a lot of decisions that affect the dev side of things from the business department.
That's any company, though. That's any company.
It is. And I feel like Blizzard just slightly more than most, but maybe it's because they're more prolific, and I play every single Blizzard game.
Yeah.
That I notice it so much.
Think about a dev team. You think that it was done right for the players, right? You look at CD Projekt Red.
Oh yeah, well they're incredible.
Witcher 3, none of that loot business. Fucking great game, but they worked their dev team basically until there was like everyone burnt out.
Yeah, and wait for the next CD Projekt Red game. It won't be the same
Cyberpunk
because they'll
2077.
they'll have a business side and they'll have a dev side all of a sudden, which they didn't have in the first one because they were such a small company that the devs were pretty much the business side. They made the business decisions, which I think is the way to do it. But it's like you said, devs already have a shitload on their plate. They have tens of thousands of lines of code to go through. It's a lot. Fuck.
Oh, definitely.
Anyway, that was just my quick thing.
Yeah. So the main
You don't have to get me started, Peter.
the problem with
I'm fucking rock hard now.
We'll talk about it after.
I'm gonna fucking have blue balls for days after this.
So as the CD Projekt Red devs were burnt out, Reinhardt was burning out because he was fighting like he was a young man, and he's not a young man anymore. He's an old man. So
With a young girl.
Yeah. So Brigitte found out that her responsibilities were shifting more from repairing the armor to repairing the man because he keeps like blowing out a shoulder or doing something like that.
But you are.
It's almost like somebody should have forced him into retirement or something.
Yeah.
And then Brigitte forced him into retirement.
And
it's like again.
Case closed. Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, okay."
That's how
I'll do anything for
that's
you,
how
baby.
Lolita ended as well, where she was like, "You should probably just retire."
Yeah.
Yeah, so she realized the best way to keep him alive, rather than just being the Band-Aid at the end of every fight, was to take a more active role. And there's a really great Blizzard clip out there, if you go watch it, of her like doing this monologue about how she's going to, rather than fix him, to step in and take the hits before he gets hit.
I'm gonna bend over and take those hits for.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I didn't get a height difference on Torbjorn and his wife. Brigitte's like considerably taller than her.
Yeah.
Like she's not a dwarf. I don't know. Ingrid must not be. Just to take
She's probably like a regular Swedish woman, so like 6'9".
Haven't you ever watched Seinfeld? 2 dwarves can have a fully sized child.
Yeah.
That is true.
It did happen in Seinfeld.
I've seen that
What an
happening.
odd show that I've never watched.
Yeah, what's that? What do you say that? Seinfeld?
I was reading on Reddit about this family where there's 2 dwarves who I'm not even sure if that's the right term. If it's not, I apologize. Had 3 kids. 2 of them were also little people.
What would be the correct term?
Dwarves and little people refers to midgets, but dwarves are different.
Okay.
Little people.
There was 2 great people who were like 4 feet, and they had kids. 2 of them were also 4 feet tall. One of them was like a 6 foot tall
it's
person.
My Little Family. It's a TLC show.
Oh, is that it?
They have okay. So no, I've seen a picture of this family.
He's ostracized because he's the tall one.
No. They like they're both little, and then they have like I think it's the opposite. They have 3 normal kids.
This is our son Yao Ming.
They
Okay, it sounds like it's a different one, but that's still cool.
But they have like 3 normal kids, but then also 1 kid who is considerably more fucked up than even both his parents. So he's sad.
Well, reality TV show. The next week we'll do My Little Family.
Reality TV show? Dude, I got dibs on Gypsy Wives.
Gypsy Wives.
Oh,
you're
the Irish one?
No.
Whatever.
No, American Gypsy.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
It's Gypsy Wives is a spinoff of the show American Gypsy. Yeah, we'll get there.
Sure we will.
I don't know how
I don't watch TV, but I watch Gypsy Wives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
As quickly as I would get tired of watching Gypsy Wives, Brigitte got tired of seeing Reinhard getting hurt.
Nice.
So
bring it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Always.
She wanted to become a fighter as well. So she knew how to build a lot of stuff. She built herself like this makeshift armor suit, and she made herself a shield and a flail. And she started training with Reinhard, and they started trading blows, making sure that she got better.
Sure did.
And she started very quickly became a great, great support combat character. She stepped into the role perfectly because she's so interested in defensive things and keeping people alive. That's her natural.
Yeah.
Yep. So she and Reinhardt they heard about a gang called the Dragons, and
Okay.
they went. There's a comic about it.
Are they in the game?
No.
Oh, okay.
No
No
one
gangs are
but
in the
the
game.
Overwatch team is pretty much in the game.
Well,
then
you could
Peter's
say
turning
the
his hearing aids
Overwatch.
off. Hang on.
You could say Overwatch and Talon,
Yeah.
because there's always the two sides in every Overwatch game are either Overwatch the heroes or
Red team, blue
Talon,
team.
which is the terrorists.
Yeah.
Which Reaper's the head
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Talon, and
TCT.
Soldier 76 is the head of the new
Yeah.
Overwatch. Yeah.
Exactly.
And if
Yeah.
both are on a team, then who the fuck knows? And
Yeah.
if both are on both teams, then what the fuck is going on?
Every match is non-canon. I hate it.
Exactly.
Yeah. We had a lot to get through, so I didn't read up too much on the Dragons. But what you need to know is
They existed at some point.
They existed. They're a gang. They're not actually dragons. They're just people.
Wait, oh,
Yeah.
how disappointing! Oh,
Yeah.
I'm crushed.
So I remember seeing a panel of Reinhardt being like on all fours on the ground and like he got hit down by one of the dragons.
Peter just gave me a look as soon as Jamie said "on all fours."
I felt it coming as soon
That
as I
said so much.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't get off the Lolita thing.
No,
I'm
you and me
sorry.
both, dude.
Sorry.
So then one of the dragons leaned down and breathed into his ear. Oh, I recognize you. You're Reinhardt.
Said nice hammer.
Yes.
I'd recognize that hammer anywhere. Put your shield down for a second.
Yeah.
Go on Kindle and buy T-Rex Trouble by Christy Simmons. It's 99 cents.
Okay.
No questions asked.
Okay.
Just
No.
do it.
Okay. So Reinhardt got knocked down by one of the dragons in a fist fight because he's an old man and thinks he can still fight
What
the
a
Hangman.
bitch ass motherfucker in a robot night suit gets knocked down.
He didn't have a suit on at this moment.
Oh,
in the
okay, that's
cartoon,
fair.
he's not wearing a suit.
Okay.
But he's down and he's like, and then one of the gang members recognizes him and says, "Oh, you're the Overwatch guy, Reinhardt. Like, what happened to you? You're all old and washed up now."
Yeah,
Every-
time passed. Sorry.
Yeah. Brigitte's in the background.
Dust in the wind.
With the help of Brigitte, they get rid of all the dragons. And now in this town, the important part of this town is there's a factory there that they loot, and there's a bunch of stuff that Brigitte uses to make her current suit, which she has in the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she's got a garbage suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's Oscar the Grouch of the Overwatch world.
I just need to keep my granddad alive.
She's just like poking out of like a tin garbage can,
Yeah.
like a garbage can lid, hopping around. Like,
Or it's on a skateboard.
yeah, she has a tin can on a string, and that's her weapon. Like,
Okay. I kind of I like to do two, but I like
Yeah.
that. I like trash Brigitte.
Okay, yeah, no, dude, I thought you were gonna bite on the cats and mech suits. As a cat fan and a mech warrior fan, I thought this was perfect for you.
Oh,
that.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm anything but predictable, baby.
Yeah, so that is pretty much the end of the lore of Reinhardt and Brigitte's journey. Now, Reinhardt, Winston later sends out a call to all former Overwatch members, because by this point, Overwatch has crumbled, and says, hey, we gotta meet
Pre-order
up.
Overwatch.
There's an issue, and a bunch of people start showing up. Reinhardt's one of the first to show up. He is actually kicked out of Overwatch by this point, but since it's in shambles, and he was such a huge leader, everyone's so happy to see him that they let him
Yeah.
fight. And
I've
it's
seen
great.
desperate companies hire people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brigitte didn't join him right away. It's not stated where she was in the time between.
Well, obviously she didn't join him right away. She just came out.
Yeah, exactly. So she came out on March 20th, 2018.
2K18.
In our team. Yeah.
So it would have been 2068. I can't remember the
it's
timeline.
A year, it's basically like a year and a bit, maybe closer to 2 years after Reinhardt joined.
Yeah.
She joined.
And the Overwatch story is like about 50 years in
Yeah.
the future.
And does it stay that way as our years advance? So, like, if you get a patch this
That
year,
we
that's-
don't know.
Yeah,
When you
okay.
get a patch, our that's when Blizzard predicts
They
our
change the
reality will
calendars-
change. Yeah,
They change the calendars in game
That's
to like
it.
reflect like, some new day.
2058. Some guy's gonna be swinging a hammer, like building a roof, and like they're gonna nerf Reinhardt's hammer, and his hammer's gonna become less effective.
You joke, but I looked at the timeline and it seemed to be like, at least towards release time, they do state the age, and I think a lot of people go with that. They say like,
Yeah.
well, Reinhardt's 61 now, but when the game started, so I
Yeah.
think that people are going with that. I don't see them retiring Reinhardt when he turns, he'd be like, he's a superhero, and there was like this comic that released, and you
He
saw
got
that.
bit by a radioactive spider.
Yeah, exactly.
I
So
mean,
his
but
blood's
that
better.
of course, it's assumes people are going to be playing Overwatch for the next 20 years.
Yeah, it does assume. How long has Team Fortress been out?
10 years. I was going to say.
10 tops.
Actually,
Yeah.
I cheerfully withdraw my previous statement because fucking StarCraft came out in 1998, which
Yeah.
was 20 goddamn years
They
ago.
re-released it though.
Yeah.
And I gave it an injection, but even then, I don't think the
never
re-released
went away,
Brood War
though.
is still as popular as StarCraft 2, which is a dying game.
Yeah.
As somebody who watches ESL and follows all the major StarCraft tournaments, it's a dying game.
It is dying.
Rip.
But that is the story of Brigitte. We found out her father, how he lost his arm, the lead up to his great friendship with Reindhart, which led to the squiredom of...
Which led to a great friendship
So
Oh,
close.
yeah.
of him and his daughter.
Yep. She had to take his suit off every night and patch every little hole up.
Every little hole.
Yep. And then
Plug him up.
after that, her joining Overwatch, which was her a little baby. And that's Brigitte. Go play her. She's super fun. If you can get her, everyone auto picks her in quick play right now. But hopefully by the time... She came out 3 days ago, our time, so hopefully by the time you listen to it, it'll be a bit easier to play
Yeah,
her.
3 days ago, our time.
Yeah.
So 7 days ago.
We can't predict
Your
when
time.
people are going to listen. I just said...
No, they're gonna listen to it on release. So they're
No,
not gonna
yeah,
listen
nobody
to it at all.
listens to it.
Yeah, exactly. Day one, because we're deleting.
And if
Yeah.
you're listening to this right now, it was release date. Lore Boys canon. No matter what day you're listening to this on,
Lore Boys, the day it
Brigitte
came out.
came out
Yeah.
7 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Peter, do you like her more now, or you still think she's just Paladin?
I mean, she's more interesting. Visually, I think she's interesting.
I like
it's
her-
It's just kind of weird how they kind of copied the art style of one of the characters.
That's fair.
It just seems like an odd thing that they would have done
Yeah.
because they didn't really do it with a lot of the other characters.
Yeah, that's fair. Genji and Hanzo, they were meant to be one character at first, but they made two ninja type guys and made them brothers because there was so much kit for one character
Yeah.
and there was so much to explore on
Too much
that
bullshit.
they just
Yeah.
split
Well,
it
they were
into
like,
two.
we're making a video game. Let's make two samurai characters.
Yeah.
Or no,
Well,
let's make a samurai
ninja.
and a ninja character
Yeah.
rather than a Sama ninja character.
Waka
Yeah.
Shiki Zeku Woku or whatever.
Yeah.
the fuck
Yeah.
Onu Garu Ko no.
What's the thing in Jackie Chan that the old man always
Aya!
said?
Oh
What
no!
a
It's
thing.
I did say Omo Gwagoi Fai's out.
That's
Omo
it,
Gwagoi
that's
Fai's
it,
out.
yeah. That's what he said.
Well, he also says Aya Jackie and one more thing. Before
know.
you know me.
No, because wait,
One more.
One
thing.
more.
yeah, that's true. But if I'm like looking for like,
Oh.
I need an equation for a triangle or something, and you just say the wrong one, I'm gonna say no. Well, that's a bad example. But
What the what?
yeah, no,
What did you say?
no, I was trying to come up with a quick analogy.
Jamie's spilling spaghetti all over his pants right now.
Yeah,
Falls asleep spaghetti.
No,
in his
yeah.
pants.
You were just, I know you do because it wasn't what I was looking for. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, no.
You weren't looking for the equation of a triangle.
No, I wasn't looking for that analogy too. It just came out.
That's the thing people say all the time.
No.
That was a bit fun. That was illuminating.
Yeah,
Thank you
very
for that,
good.
James.
Very good.
No, yep.
Hmm.
High energy.
I liked also first cast that I drank in like that.
Yeah, Jamie's,
Yeah, which is good.
Jamie's
So,
lit. Jamie's
Back
all lit
in
up.
just a couple beers, but I'm back in
Off the wagon.
a looser feeling.
Loosier, goosier.
Yeah, exactly. It was a fun episode. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me on Facebook. On
Did you say THC Miller?
no THE.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why you would have said C instead of E there.
The reason I spell it out is because I've listened to myself in the past, and the gets like completely mumbled somehow. So I said snap.
Yeah, so if anybody's listening,
Yeah. You can find me.
if you want to know how to spell my name, oh man, look at that shit. I'm fucking.
You can find me on PSN at JAYMILLK64. If you've added me, just got my battle pass for Fortnite, so let's go to Tilted Towers and have some fun. If I wanted to find you, Pete.
At Pete O'Donohue on Twitter. Again, as I always say, if you can spell it, you can follow me. Old Aunt Peter on Instagram. Don't follow me. It's dead. It's like a cat picture every month. But
it's a great cat picture.
She is very cute, very screamy. I update the Lore Boys Instagram every once in a while, which is Lore Boys.
Yeah.
It's Lore Boys Podcast on
You
Instagram.
nailed it.
Omanihu is the DeviantArt where you can download your 1080p versions of our art. That is WordPress or loreboys.wordpress.com is where all the art goes.
Yep.
I'm back in the
With the
saddle.
episodes. Yeah.
What?
With the episodes.
With the episodes, they're also available there. I'm back in the title. No more delays. I have moved all of it over.
Okay, you guys heard it. Lore Boys canon. Peter will never be delayed on the art ever again.
Whoa! The look
Yes.
Peter just gave me. It's like Reindhart bent over in front of him.
Yeah, exactly. Already.
Yes, that is true. Also, I've got a nice background now, so I'm going to stream more. Thank you, everybody who showed up to my first inaugural stream for my new apartment last week, despite the technical issues, because it was a fucking catastrophe.
Yeah. You do have a nice background. It's mostly what? Irish and Greek?
I do. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sorry.
Orthodox.
Orthodox is religion.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys that I talked to a bishop about this? Yeah, okay.
Told us, yeah.
Was it on the podcast?
I think so. When, do we talk outside this podcast?
No.
Yeah.
It is strictly work. We all have agents who schedule this.
Yeah.
we have our people talk to your people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ethan, where can I find you?
I'm at Ethan the Dead Man. And if
Y'all
you want,
got that?
if you want to find the Lore Boys, go to all the places that Peter mentioned. For anybody who's looking to support the podcast, for the first 3 listeners, or the first 3 listeners who decide to subscribe to Lore Boys Premium
That
after
was a
the
sentence in English. I hope you understood.
Yeah. The first 3 listeners who decide to subscribe
All right.
to Lore Boys Premium and support us this week, we'll get to name our first 3 born daughters. You guys get that right, straight
Nice.
up. And we will not abstain the power of veto. So
No.
if you want to call her Butts McKenzie,
Yep.
I mean, that's what I was going to name
None
her
of
anyway.
us told our wives.
That's what
None
I was
of us
going
told
to.
our
That was what I was going to. Yeah, none of
Arguably,
us told our
please
wives.
reserve that one for Jamie because I was just thinking about all our names, but like Butts McKenzie Miller is pretty
Yeah.
Butts McKenzie Palmer. It's pretty good.
Someone wanted me to
good.
name
Butts
my
McKenzie O'Donohue, not that good.
not that good.
I'm sorry that
Not
I
that
don't
good.
have. I don't have an ER name.
Nah, that's the thing.
I need a name that was suggested
O'Donnell.
to me for my son was Darcy, and I'm like, I like it.
Go with Dahmer. I think that
Dahmer?
one's free. Yeah.
Jeffrey?
What? You guys smell toast?
No.
I think
No.
that constitutes it. Lore Boys.
I smell steak.
Toast.
Goodbye.
Lord, it's goodbye. I was watching TV the other night, and I had a bowl of spaghetti next to me.
Okay.
I fell asleep. And I woke up with a crotch full of spaghetti.
When was this?
This was like 2 days ago. I'm wearing the pants right now. I haven't washed them. I got the spaghetti stain
Oh,
right.
I got noodles on my noodle.
Yeah. That was very confusing.
The most shocking thing to wake up to.
I love it.
What have I done?
Because you have sleep apnea too, so I can picture like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Was that pesto?
Yeah.
You had forgotten you had made spaghetti.
I knew I should
even
have
better.
put
Just
chili
like,
flakes in there.
Yeah.
like wake up. It's like, what the hell happened?